kasenkhunqwadaba amanga mingeman akhunqwadaba kanta qarungamngehuna kanta timngehuna kanta ups and down kanta manay kanta qarungamngehuna kanta timngehuna kanta ups and down kanta man hey zastuizada ganamo amanga mingecwina tuizada tri Odaeza tuizada gato Adwara tazi ke tuina tuizada tri
There you go, and there is none other but Swazis on a Tuesday morning, the 25th of January,
Yeah, bon.
2022.
You look energetic today, Neville.
In there,
Very energetic.
baie energetic. So, het jy geluister wat Teshon vir jou sê?
Wat sê?
Los die phone uit, die pay sal nie change nie.
Ah, yeah.
Dis wat die man sê. Ethel Koningsdogter, mense
Dis hy.
drink greatwater goed. Ja.
Wat is grape water?
Hier is
Daardie
jou
goed wat daar
greatwater.
staan.
Oh, kijk man.
Ethel, die mense het gegolla.
Los me
Mense
uit, Ethel.
het gegolla. Sit
Ik
af,
wil dat afzetten. Kijk.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning. Nice to have you with us.
Ja.
It is Tuesday, the 25th.
Het julle goed geslaap, manne?
Baie goed geslaap.
Ja.
Ja.
Ik heb bijna goed geslapen.
Oh, did you guys wait for 12 o'clock?
We did.
Ek vra maar net, het julle vir 12 uur gewag?
Ah, maar ik heb bietjie gaan getraf en ik was moe. Eerste keer in mijn leven waar ik besloot dat ik gaan traf.
Nee?
Ja, ik was moe.
It's supposed to be at your age, exercise and drafting and sit-ups and stuff like that. It's supposed to be.
Why were you running? Was the police trying to catch you?
No, these little boer guys there in the street were like, hey,
Yeah.
kom ons gaan, bra. I was like, okay, I have nothing to do and my pay is nog nie in nie, so
Let's run the pain off.
laat ek net kom slap totdat ek oggend
Totdat jy
opstaan.
pay.
Yeah. So I decided, okay, kom ons gaan nou eens. And then we went, it was nice, man. I think I'll do it again and again. I
And
think I'll
again.
do it, yeah.
So training and running and push-ups and sit-ups, it's never been your thing.
No, I've just like I used to gym, like
Uh-huh.
I used to do bodybuilding and stuff, but then people like to test you when you're buff.
Oh.
Yeah.
But why are you moving in circles where you are tested when you are buff?
I used to stay in Damara Field.
Oh, okay,
if,
sorry.
If you are buff there,
yes,
people
sorry.
come to you like, kyk jy op jou spiere.
Yeah.
You didn't even do anything. Die mannetjie ding omdat hy opgeblaas is. It's like, I just decided it's a fight if you're really like fit and everything.
So you decided not to be healthy?
Yeah, I decided, nope, I'm not gonna. To be healthy and to be dead is two different things. I'm not gonna die because of being healthy. They'll step you.
Mitch, the people are asking whether you've paid your child support already before they put you on that page.
Me, I won't do that. I'm not an ATM dad. That will never happen.
I'm not an ATM.
Nope. You can bring whatever
no,
judge or anybody in front of me. I am not paying to see my kid. I'm taking my kid and going to buy him stuff
So,
or whatever. But
jy gee nie die baby mama geld nie.
she won't get a cent.
Huh?
Not
Who
a
don't know?
single cent.
But you need to give her the money so that she can
Buy
run
food.
the normal affairs.
No,
Yes.
I'm running the normal affairs for my kid.
Ne?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That's unfortunately no.
This is very, very interesting.
Very interesting.
I
So
never,
jy gee nie 'n vrou geld nie.
never.
And if the judge says you must,
I won't. Then he must
Ish,
just
but
go
then you're in
lock me up.
contempt of court.
Then he must lock me up. I'll go sit those
So-
3
so-
months or whatsoever. And that's cool.
So how do you operate? What do you do?
My son has a bank account, and I deposit money every time there. And when he needs something, when the mom says, "Oh, he has to do what," or when I want to buy him clothing, I'll go withdraw from there. And he has his wallet and everything, so we're cool.
Okay.
She doesn't need money. If I have to buy him food for the whole, like every week, probably Friday and I'll go buy it. But she doesn't need to have my money.
Hierdie discussion gaan nie nou stop nie, nee.
Yeah,
No.
We need to continue it on the other
I'm
side.
busy getting my thoughts lined up.
Yeah.
Please do.
But before we do that, kom ek lees net gou 'n paar comments, Kalfie, before you get into the news.
Yes.
Masha Limasha, Moro Neville and Kalfie. En baby daddy wanna be. Mitch, jy het mos gepay, kom betaal die child support die ou. Voor ek jou op die page
Masha,
sit. Ja.
Sorg jou kind.
Ja. Ewe koningsdogter, daar is iets. Laat Mitch asseblief die cash loan terugbetaal. Daar hoor jy. Natalie Orange, Mora Coffee, Mora Uncle Neville en Stompy. Masha, bodybuilding. You can't believe it. Kom laat jy voel. Ja. Die man het goed hè. Moausie Bolle sê, Coffee ou my geld. Jy het mos gepay en ek groet jou en ek groet jou ook elke oggend.
No kom hou met
ja,
daai kant af. That is why they're coming. That's why they said hello
Now
all
I
the
know
time.
why
They
Coffee
always
was
said hello
doing
to me. It's because of the money, the moolah.
Now I know.
It was a strategy.
That is
Ja.
outere.
Outere. Coffee, jy hang te veel met ons rond.
I know.
Jy moet teruggaan na jou mense toe.
Coffee
Jy
is
begin
nog nice.
outere hierso. Fuck.
Coffee is toch nice.
Nee, laat hy gaan.
Laat
Nee, ons is moeg. Vanessa Guibe, morning everyone and shines. What is that supposed to mean, Vanessa?
Because I'm not everyone.
It's a worry.
Bra.
Karen Harobate.
Vanessa must be blocked.
Blocked it today.
She must be blocked.
Yeah. Norma Good. Good morning, MMC family. Moro, my peeps. Sylvia Wakumbwa. Ek het julle toch gemis. Oh, jy's kom maar gemis. Moro Malume. Hey, Mr. Star. Hoe sê jy, Stompy? Child support se gat.
Ja. Ek is Stompy, I have my shortcomings.
Moro Deitzer, vandag is ek racisties.
Daar's reg.
As Tommy say, morning you all, Neville, jogging has no age. Have you seen white people train late in their 70s? We all need to keep in shape at any age. When you look good, you feel good. Those that hate jogging should walk at least for an hour daily. Now,
Do you walk for an hour daily?
me?
Yes.
I
In between buildings, I walk at least for an hour.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Ste-
I have the most
Steps
practice
up,
here.
steps down,
Yeah,
through the
yeah.
corridors.
Yeah. No, you do.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of walking that we do. Stingy pass soos Mitch Goede. Jy kan kyk sê Stompy is 'n vashand man. Wat's 'n bank account en self goedkoop. Presies. Told you Kaufman, the only lady who will let you eat chocolate is Esther.
That's it. Thank you,
No
Esther Mitch.
agenda. Yeah, you need to be careful what you say thank you for,
Why?
Coffee.
You don't know what chocolate
I
that
know
is.
exactly what she's referring
Yeah,
to.
yeah. You need to be very, very, very careful. And here is Coffee with the news.
This is Informant Live, and these are our top stories. Saki Shangala and 5 other men who are implicated in the fish rot corruption case has returned to the Windhoek High Court, where City Police Officer Philippus Mwapopi took the stand. He was cross-examined by the state prosecutor on some of his dealings. The state prosecutor, Cliff Lutebezi, delved deeper into the alleged dried fish products that were procured by Vanakado Investments CC, in which Mwapopi allegedly holds sole interests. Vanakado was paid $4.2 million Namibia by Fishcorp to procure dried fish products for the National Drought Relief Program. Neither Fishcorp nor Mwapopi has yet confirmed that they had received these products. The dried fish is said to have been procured from the non-existing the non-existent entity Flamingo Commodity Suppliers, in which his co-accused, James Hatukulipi, has interests in. In his opening statement, Lutebezi questioned Wapopi on the seriousness of the charges against him, which include racketeering, conspiring with his co-accused, fraud, theft, money laundering, and misappropriating of funds to the tune of 370 million Namibia dollars. The cumulative number of adults and children fully vaccinated against COVID-19 is 355,355, translating to 20% of the target population. A 2-month-old baby is among the new positive cases recorded in the last 24-hour cycle. Of the hospitalized cases, 91.3% are not vaccinated. Only 2 of the ICU cases are vaccinated. This was announced by the Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, in his latest COVID-19 update. And finally, a 60-year-old Namibian woman was among 4 people arrested for drug-related crimes in Swakopmund on Friday. The woman was found in possession of 40 grams of cannabis stashed in a Ziploc bag during a police search of a vehicle at a roadblock. According to the Irongo police, the drugs are valued at 2,000 Namibia dollars. Your Trustco share price today, the 25th of January, is at 1 Namibia dollars and 50 cents. Taking a brief look at the financial indicators, the Namibia dollar is trading against the US dollar at 15 Namibia dollars and 10 cents, against the euro at 17 Namibia dollars and 10 cents, and against the British pound at 20 Namibia dollars and 40 cents. This is Informante Live, and these were our top stories. You can find more on our website, which is informante.web.na.
Informante News. Informante News. Informante News. Firm but fair.
So,
Did you enjoy the news today without any coughing and food going down the wrong?
did you? So you really prepared
I was-
yourself for the news?
Yes,
Yeah.
I prepared myself for the
Today,
news today.
Coffee was like,
Thank you very much.
Roviera,
That's hey.
you gonna lead. You gonna lead.
What's going on in Swakopmund here? Huh? With 60-year-old women dealing in cannabis. What's going on? It's now Swakopmund and then that road to Omaruru.
Ja, nee.
Ons sal weer op die topic.
Verstaan jy?
Die Irongo region.
Die goed kom van Walvis af na die ou mense in Swakop.
Irongo
En van die
region.
ou mense gaan dat die drugs dan met die jong mense Omaruru toe.
So what drugs are these?
Oh, no. Okay, well, this is just the one with the lady being 60 years old and dealing in cannabis, 40 grams. I mean,
Nee,
no,
toch
it's
los,
2,000. Los toch die ou tannie. Her body is aching, man. She needs a little bit of...
She's probably using it for medicinal purposes.
Exactly.
This my
Yeah,
story.
we
Yes.
agree with her.
Yeah.
Ons is op haar kant.
Yeah.
Yes.
But she also distributes to other people that needs, that are in the same
But
problemation as her.
There was also a 29-year-old man who was arrested in Veneta for dealing in alternative possession. 1 big and 5 medium bags of cannabis totaling 53.94 grams. 5 units of crack cocaine and 1.6 grams of
Oh
crack
nee,
cocaine powder.
hy moet sy gat sien.
And then 16.23 grams of cocaine powder. 30 capsules of MDMA. What is MDMA?
Is dit MDNA?
MDMA.
Ken nie.
Kom,
Ek ken nie.
Mitch,
Shines.
this was your valley hierso.
Shines okay.
You know Mitch.
What is MDN? What? MDNA.
It stands for Mitch Drugs Must Ask. So if you want MDMA, you just go to Mitch.
I can't tell her.
Nee, wat Mitch, you say you are part of the stingy men. This
Yep.
is what Vosia Lana
I am.
Greenwood is saying. Zia Lerato Ramakutla. Moro Mwapenduka. Zia, where are you speaking to us from? From Khobabas away. Because that name Lerato and Ramakutla.
Lato.
Ek het gelag, nee. This name Lerato, a friend of mine, he was dating this chick from Joburg, and her name was Lerato. So, and my bra is van Katutura. No come cheriki so. They say, it's a Loretta. And then she's like, Hey, wena. Lerato. Oh, sorry toch.
Loretta?
Ja, Loretta. Ja, een keer. Loretta. Je zei lerato.
En die Chanas moet dat altijd voor jou correct.
Ja.
Hoe je moet dat zeggen.
Ja. Lovely people.
It's cheap.
I love the Tswanas.
Niet cheapo nie. It's cheapo.
Tyshawn, as jy nie 'n baard het en kort is jy nog 'n kind en kinders kry is nie kinders nie. En kry nie kinders nie. Ja.
Hey.
Voor 'n baardige kind, hè? Ja, jy moet soet hierso.
Ag,
Jy kan sê
hulle sal nou onsmaklik raak.
I agree. Mwapopi needs his own comedy show.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the story now here? I mean, this is just creative accounting that they did. Because now, Wanakado Investment CC, of which Mwapopi was the sole shareholder,
Yes.
they were paid 4.2 million by Fishco to procure dried fish products for the National Drought Relief Program.
Yeah.
Neither Fishco nor Mwapopi has yet confirmed that they actually have received the fish.
Ja. Nee, kyk nee.
No?
I was watching part of the, the cross-examination from the prosecutor and Judge Shafi, and they were taking Mwapopi to the cleaners again yesterday.
Oh,
It was, I'm telling you, ne, how
but I mean-
how the prosecutor and the judge is cross-questioning Mwapopi, and this guy, the level, and hear me out. It's got nothing to do with English.
Right.
In the English language, and let me make this clear, the English language is no indication of your level of intellect. Okay? Maar hierdie Mwapopi ne, en dit het niks met Engels te doen nie. Joh, die man klink, hy's heel tof.
But is he not doing that on purpose?
yeah,
Nee,
but
as jy so on purpose, jy sal nie byl kry nie.
no, but do you know this thing that we used to say, like, Aquari sal dom hou om tot by 'n punt te kom. Hy sal by 'n bank kom en aangaan asof hy niks verstaan nie. Hy moet tolke kry en wat. Later jy sien die ou is net voor.
Oh.
Yeah, so let's like it was a thing that we knew. Like, as hulle net so dom.
Yeah.
Praat Afrikaans, praat Engels. But I think somehow it's that part. My pot is net.
I just hope the judge can see through all of this.
No, Shafi is no slouch. It's one thing I can say, and that I know of Shafi. He's no slouch. He's a very competent judge. I think what is happening at the moment, and how this guy is self-incriminating with the statements that he's making, because he starts naming names in court yesterday that is not part
Of the investigation.
of this bail application.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because the case is not even in court yet.
So the more he talks, the more in trouble he gets.
The more
he must just shut up.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Never, like from my understanding that we were speaking, like I think last year, like bail application is like our guy did, like talk about the reasons why you need to get bail, and I think the prosecutors can only prosecute you on what you are telling them.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you're gonna stand there and start doing that, of course they're gonna question you on those stuff.
You have the right to remain silent.
And you are told that. You
Yes.
are told that. Oh my God,
You have the right to an attorney.
Yeah.
Maar nee.
Nou, wat maak-
Mwapopi sal vir julle vertel.
No, what make the Owens as lawyers? What do they do? Why don't they stop their clients like, hey, Omes, hey. Owens and
Vanessa stem saam dat jy baie erg is, dat jy baie stingy is.
Wie's Vanessa?
Vanessa Koipep. Ja,
En-
Vanessa Ngagude jong. Ja, ek sê maar net.
No, never
jy
like
gaan
any
nie
stingy.
woorde vir Vanessa gee nie.
Say,
Ja, nee, ek sê jou net.
Okay,
ja,
never.
jy gee nie woorde vir Vanessa.
Dis nie 'n probleem nie.
Ja, Vanessa Ngagude. Stefanus James Ananias, Stompie is nie stingy nie. Hy is net broke. Ja.
Aha.
Ek kry res jy kry die man se kinders jammer Huh?
Ook.
Uh,
Ja, raket man.
60-year-old woman dealing with cannabis. You sure it wasn't her medication? Yeah, Grace, I agree it was her medication.
Yes.
Wat se medicinal purposes? Dis reeds daai ou tannies wat daggehuise het. Jy kan
We did not want to go there. Jergen moet
Well,
jy gaan dan.
was she found high? Nee.
Yo.
Maar Poppy is net straight stupid. That guy was being used. Hey,
He's a porn man.
hey, Ro, don't
You also feel
Don't
like that.
come,
Of course.
don't come and insult my friend here.
Does
Okay?
Poppy have gold teeth?
I wonder. He's a
Because
police
if
officer.
so, then he can. If he's got gold teeth, then he's got to tell the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth.
Clever, yeah, Dave. Morning Cubase.
Where's Cubase?
It's been a while since 2021 October. Anyways, where not people looking for me here? Do you see Cubase here?
Cubase isn't here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe,
If you are not paid, you are confused. Nee?
maybe
Yeah.
he thinks Neville is Cubase.
As jy nie gaan pay is, jy is altyd confused.
Dank je.
Ons is alright.
Tangeni with a capital T, Mwapopi, Tapopi. It's in the guy's name, guys. I think unemployment rate is the contribution factor to the increase of drug selling in the country. DCA Maruru. Swapo Judge, you mean Neville. Hey, ek het nie so gesê nie, Ro. Los vir Shafi 8. Kom ek gaan pro Walvis se bier. Wie verkoop lekker biere hier? As jy nie by Gazi. As jy nie by Gazi. Nee, ons gaan nie vir Mitch met 'n vrou replace nie. Gaan nie gebeur nie. Ja.
Vra my baby mama.
Ja.
Wie sê so? Sean says, kan
Ja.
ons vir Mitch met 'n vroumense replace?
Tension.
Man, the people are looking for me. Huh?
Poppy, the
Oh, is it Poppy wat so?
But Neville, tell me, now that the case has been going on this long, and you are part of this, guys, you are sitting there, you see how your family is falling apart. Everything is falling apart.
Maintenance.
Everything is who maak jy, Neville? What are you gonna do in that?
Man sê pan.
And
Ek gaan, you know what? I'm telling you, if I was part of these guys, ek praat die waarheid en klaar. I'm getting a plea deal with
Yeah.
the state.
yeah.
Ek sal sê, Koffie, gaan kyk julle by Koffie se plas.
Get a good plea deal.
There's a big stash over there.
Yes.
Daai Duitser het gesê, the money that is in Dubai
Is there
is over there.
snitches and stitches?
Ek worry nie oor stitches nie. Ek sal praat.
I have some in Nampos.
Ja. Nampos. Ek
Yeah.
sal praat. Get it over and done with.
Me and you, Kofi, before I say my part, I don't.
Yeah.
Yo, what would you do? You do
No, I'm with Neville.
this. Yeah. Like for me, I would like that's just one thing. I would never allow my family to fall apart for something I've done. So
Yeah, that's every
so-
man's.
Know what you've done.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I mean,
yeah. So I will. I at the manne sal my ken daida.
Hulle sê jou
En
kind.
ek kan my stompie roep.
Check
Maar
die
die
storie.
stompie sal praat daida. Neville, everything. Ek noem almal. Jy kan ook hey, laat ek nie sê nie.
Pieper.
Sê dit, daar wil ek weer al klap praat.
Ja. Jy moet
Ek het
maar praat.
hartprobleme. Ek praat net die waarheid.
The Commas to push for pupil vaccination. The Commas Region Education Directorate wants parents to give consent to have their children vaccinated against COVID-19. In a letter dated the 19th of January, the Commas Education Directorate wrote to all schools in the region to request parents' consent to have their children aged between 12 and 17 years old receive the Pfizer vaccine as part of the targeted vaccination program for schools. Kaufi, on that note, can you give us the coronavirus
Yes.
update so that we can just quickly have a discussion on what we see here?
Right, so just an update. The Ministry of Health and Social Services did not update the figures as of this morning, but I did get an indicative figures from another website. And what that website is saying that Namibia currently sitting with 6,599 active cases, daily new 23, and the deaths at 0. So we are effectively there where we were before December.
Yeah.
You know, and we all knew that we saw the rise in the cases go up because everybody went on holiday and had to be tested. Now everybody's sitting in schools, buildings, government parks, and all that kind of stuff. And that's why the figures are going down. However, we are still seeing a lot of unvaccinated cases in hospitals and also in the ICUs.
Yeah. So the numbers are coming down. You say active cases 6,000.
6,000, yeah.
Okay.
And to be quite honest, we've been going on with this now for the past 2 years, 2.5 years. Is this ever going to change, or is this going to stick with us for the rest of our lives? I mean,
You know
can
what?
we just get back to normal, please?
You know what? I heard about a friend. I heard from a friend that he has a family member who passed away due to HIV underlying conditions about a day or two ago. And when I heard that this person passed away due to complications due to HIV, I didn't even flinch for 1 second because HIV has become so much part of
Life.
our daily lives that the amount or the level of fear that we used to have
But
forward is not there, and I probably think that it's going to go the same way with this.
Neville, we had for years on end. We've had the same with cancer. Before HIV, it was cancer.
It was cancer.
No?
Yeah.
So then it
TB
became
was-
HIV.
Yeah.
From HIV, it became what else?
TB. TB was also
TB, malaria. Now it's just
Malaria.
another new. It's just another kid on the block called
Just
Corona,
It's just
isn't it?
another kid on the block.
But an interesting thing that we are seeing is that we are seeing corporate organizations paying their people to get vaccinated. What do you guys think about that?
Who's paying the most?
I think, what is the company's name? Is it? It's not. Is it Namdeb?
It's not
I'm not too sure who the
I think
company
it's
is,
Namdeb.
but was it in the region of $2,000?
$2,000. Yes.
So you get yourself vaccinated, or you bring in your vaccination card, and you get $2,000.
You get
on your
$2,000.
pay or that time?
Yes.
No, we
immediately?
don't, either way.
Either way.
Either way, we don't
Aye.
know. But nevertheless, you get paid $2,000 if
I'm
you get
getting
vaccinated.
vaccinated.
I know that there's an
4
insurance.
times.
There's an insurance company in Namibia currently that will be paying their vaccinated staff $500.
$500.
And 200 for the. If you only got the first injection, 200. But if you're fully vaccinated, 500.
Aha. Okay.
200 if you're no man. Those guys must the insurance company eliminate Obo. They must up they must come chill with the big boys. Up the
$500.
levels. Come on, 2,000, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if it's going to become the norm for staff to be remunerated to get vaccinated,
Yes.
I think the figures would obviously vary from company to company, according probably to what they feel, how they deem the importance of the vaccine. I don't know. That's
I think if they would have said, okay, we'll pay everybody, let's say $500 in the middle of January, on the 10th of January, if you get yourself vaccinated, I think most companies would then have a 100% vaccination rate
How about,
without exception.
Yeah. Okay, how about saying, okay, we are gonna add 2,000 to your salary from now on. So if your salary was, let's say 17, you are gonna get paid
$1,000 extra every month.
19 every month. So it's now 2,000 on your salary.
for the sake of you getting vaccinated.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
how
you must
about that?
remember, if I get vaccinated, I'm protecting everybody else.
Yeah.
So why should I not get remunerated for
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
So I think that would be a good move. That would be probably a good move. And I hope people that are very influential in our lives are listening right now.
Yeah.
Maybe even Djokovic would get vaccinated.
No! Djokovic at this moment has got so much money. Kyk nee. But I heard the story that he's a shareholder in a company globally that is producing vaccines.
And he himself is not
And
vaccinated.
he himself is not vaccinated. No, that is what I don't understand.
Okay. But so they say they produce or manufacture vaccines.
Yes.
It's like you own a condom company, but you've got just children running everywhere.
Yeah, you don't use it. Don't get high on your own supply.
That's it.
There you
Djokovic,
go.
he sticks to that rule.
That's it.
Get high.
Yeah, but people are making money, serious money off this.
You know what? It's one of those things.
And it's just not the person that's making the vaccine, it's the people that are going to put it in those little bottles. Alles, almal maak net geld.
Tayshaun sê sien jy Neville, dis hoekom James nie vir jou ge-include het nie. Ek is so bly hy het my nie ge-include nie. That is why I can sit here, I can drive my daughter to school, I can play a little bit of tennis with her in the afternoon. I enjoy some privileges that Mwapopi does not enjoy at the moment. Even though I don't have half the $15 million that he stole from the Namibian public.
But
I thank you. Mohaus,
You're not he's adventurous. That guy wants, that's extreme sports, guys.
That's extreme sports. Tapopi must get his church members to pray him out of his own tongue's entanglement. That is what Mohausi Boli says. Ja, daar moet 'n gebed by evangelie iewers daarbo opgesê word. Please, we want to know who's the boss they refer to in the video of Al Jazeera. None of the guys touches there. This is what Grace is saying. Samuel Makale says, Mitch, you will be a sacrifice lamb if you run your mouth. Your family will lose you forever.
Yep, as long as they're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Good.
tell the nation you will get a free 6-pack of Black Label when you get vexed.
That's it.
That's what they should say. Yeah, DC Maruru says, yes, NAMDEP is giving vaccination incentive to the employees. Why can't GRN do the same? Never stem nie saam met financial incentives nie. Can clearly see he's part of EXCO. Heerlikheid, Tangeni with a capital. Gaan J, okay? So GRN is no Majat. So GRN is Majat. Yeah.
And Skanga's corporates. Skanga's corporates.
Aha. Kofi?
Yes.
So what we are saying is that what's your opinion on pupils getting the vaccine?
At school.
Yeah, at school.
Yeah, above 12. Nothing wrong with it.
As
Remember?
as long as the parents
Yes.
agree with it, give consent. Yeah.
That's your position. That's your position.
Yeah, as long as the parents are there, they give the concern about the kids, and nobody's forced to.
They must put them they must take the children and put them through like a manga, like you've got at Meatco. You know, they moet sy koppie daar druk so. En dat hy nie spartel nie. And then you give him
The shot.
the shot.
Oh my God!
I am at
Manga,
the
manga.
moment. And you know, we spoke about this, you know, I think last week when we said that, you know, when it comes to the vaccine, many a times we are very subjective as to how we view the vaccine. In some ways you are for this, in some ways you are against it. It depends on your circumstances. Now for me, gentlemen, as I sit here at this moment, I am not ready to vaccinate my 13-year-old daughter.
Okay.
I'm not there yet.
Yes.
I'm not ready to vaccinate my 16-year-old son. I'm just not ready for it. Why? If you ask me why, I don't have a reason why.
It's the way you feel.
I just feel that way. And at this moment, I'm like, if you ask me why, I'm like, just leave my kids alone.
What did the kids say they want?
No, they don't have an opinion on it because
Oh,
they
okay.
don't move. They are not sensitized about vaccines at
Right.
this moment in their daily lives because of what is happening.
But
globally.
they surely are aware of corona
They
and
are.
that people have died of
Yes.
this illness and
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Never just say
But-
you're deciding for them.
Yeah, I'm deciding for them at the
Yeah.
moment, and my
But
decision at
it's-
the moment is I'm not ready for them to get
and
vaccinated.
mevrou?
When it comes to the kids,
Yes.
I think we are both
On the same side.
On the same
Okay.
side at the moment. We have no problem with us because the two older boys, 23, 24, and the two of us, the 4 of us got vaccinated, but the smaller 2 nee. En ek dink nie ek is nog nie daar nie.
What if Mevrouw was disagreeing with you? Like she's like, I want them to be to
Nee,
get vaccinated.
wat
That'll
is-
be sorted out
this-
at home.
Yeah, this is but
It's
this
not
is
for public display.
yes, Shines.
Besides that, the fact that you were, it's how you feel.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything in terms of safety that you are doubting about the vaccine that you think you could be dangerous?
Shines is asking me, is there anything around the safety of the vaccines that I'm doubting at the moment? And once again, Shines, you're asking me a very difficult question that, and this is where I say, that's why sometimes we become very subjective about these things. I took the vaccine because I feel it's safe. My wife took the vaccine because she feel it's safe. But now we're talking about my 13-year-old daughter. Now my tune is changing a bit. And I'm just very honest with you guys in the studio.
So yeah, I understand that, but what I'm trying to get from you is that, so you feel like it's safe for you, but it's not safe for a 16-year-old?
I don't even know what to answer you, Shines. Because you're putting me on the spot here. You're murman. Yeah. We want to listen to the... Hey!
People are looking for me.
Nee. Did
People are
man...
looking for me in court.
Are you going to court? Okay. Shines, thanks, Ne. And stop asking me that question. I don't want to talk about that now. Kalfie,
Yes.
geef vir ons 'n bietjie die weer asseblief.
Oh, the weather.
Yeah.
Okay, whether there's weather or whether there's no weather, here's
Yeah.
the weather.
Yeah.
All right, in Namibia, the interior partly cloudy and hot to very hot with a few thunder showers in the extreme northwestern parts of the Kunene region. And also over the area in the Zambezi region also at places thunder showers can be expected. The coast partly cloudy and warm to hot with a wind moderate to fresh southeasterly, at first becoming strong southerly in the south later. Then the maximum temperatures for today: Windhoek 33, Swakopmund 28 with Walvis Bay 31. In the Zambezi region, Katima Mulilo 33, then Oshakati 35 with Autapi 34, then Ochivarongo 33, Rehoboth 33, and then our favorite place, Marintal at 38.
Kerr, blyk net 38.
It's just hot in
Yeah,
Marintal. Keetmanshoop 36, and then Aus at 34, Buitepos 33, and Gobabis 34.
Kalfie, thank you very much.
Dankie.
It is not a concern to monetize vaccination in terms of reward. I am not trying to hold a moral high ground here, but just critiquing the ethics part of it. What precedence is being set here? Is this also not a reflection of the view that those that make these decisions view those that they lead? How and when does this become incentive being corrupted? Just asking the flippism.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it's Tini, it is quite a situation. Like you say, it is not a concern to monetize vaccination in terms of reward. I'm not trying to hold a moral high ground, and it's like that. It's like we say. I guess, as we say, it depends from company to company.
Yeah,
What position that you're going to be taking.
sure.
Yeah. It is. Phew. I don't know what way we will be going as Trasco. It remains to be seen. But up until now, I think when it comes to vaccination,
I mean,
we have quite a high number of
Yeah.
To a
of our
large
staff
degree, I
that-
actually
that are
agree with him
vaccinated.
in terms of payment. How morally right is that?
Yeah.
You know, why don't you just get rid of unvaccinated employees and appoint vaccinated ones? It's the same way, just the other way around, isn't it?
Like ek sal jou betaal as jy daai drugs vat.
No. So,
Yeah, it's just and the moral like when
Exactly.
when Kenny say that like I'm starting to think about it like that.
right.
What do they
For
think
2
about
years,
the
we've been
employees now?
licking your butts to get vaccinated, and you just are refusing to get vaccinated. Why should I then still employ you?
Yeah.
I don't even have to pay you
Yeah.
to get vaccinated.
And
Yeah.
what does your boss think about you now as a person? Like, oh, so you are much more motivated about money
Yeah.
and working to the best
sure.
interest
Yes,
of the company.
yes.
So your boss is like, okay, this one, okay, let him just lose one stapler. Let him lose one stapler. He's gonna learn.
He's gonna learn. Ja, Ethel, nee, kyk, as Maria hier was, nee, dan het sy my in die skool gesit. Ja, because yes, it's always important to have different opinions on these things. Gaan betaal Shine's child support. Hy bang hy word gepimp van Gaza.
Oh,
Raymond, hou op jou story, Lorry. Dis nie Gaza nie. It's a fake website or what social media page.
Yes, and Gaza has told us.
He told us, and I read his statement.
yeah.
Penda Nali Shiuka says, paying people to get vaccinated is not ethical to me. It also screams desperations, which can be misread by the anti-vaxxers as just another ploy to get people vaccinated against their will. Wow, strong point there that you are making there, Penda. It's another way of looking at it. Maria Aziz. Hi, Maria. Long time. If you are vaccinated, why are you scared of the non-vaccinated? When you are safe, you live your life. Okay?
A point.
Different
It's a good,
opinions.
but it's a good point too.
Yeah.
Like
it's a good point.
why would we be afraid of that? But then it comes to you can still get the virus if you're vaccinated, isn't it?
The issue
just that-
the issue of getting vaccinated is not that you're not going to get the virus.
Yeah.
Can we please get that through our thick skulls? Getting vaccinated does not mean you are not going to contract COVID. It's just that you're going to survive COVID. That's all that we are saying. So
And the majority of people that end up in hospitals are unvaccinated people.
Unvaccinated
And most,
people.
I can put my head on a block, most people that are then going to hospitals are going to state hospitals, not necessarily private hospitals. And the state hospitals then use taxpayers' money to try and keep these people alive, the unvaccinated ones. So it does have a direct effect on you
As a
monetarily.
unvaccinated people, Kaufi,
Yes.
have an opinion on their own bodies as well. My body, my choice. Watse fire unvax ones. Masha, ja. Sê dit vir jou in jou gesig,
Dis hy.
Duitser. Ja. Laat jy vir Masha hoor. Yeah, Masha, you know what? And I hear what you say. I think every human being has an opinion on their own bodies.
The big thing here is that government has not issued any form of statement in terms of mandated vaccinations. Government is still saying that it is voluntary.
Government is playing safe.
But we are seeing the private sector now taking more
Yeah.
active steps.
Yeah, but Kaufi, like I said, I agree with them to do that. I think they need to because they've given out a lot of money for COVID relief. Actually, a lot of money in millions. These guys were putting out money for us to get tested, for people to actually be able to work from home and everything. So they're trying to get their money back. They have to make their money back somehow.
Masha, ek vra net nee. And please, it's just the question I'm asking. Okay, we're in January now. Winter, I mean, what
June.
we've experienced last year, May, June, July, were the months that most Namibians, where most deaths occurred in our country,
Yes.
was in those 3 months. And as a result, I think we lost how many? 3,000 some odds.
Yeah, we are over the 3,800.
3,000. It's almost 4,000 people that we've lost due to the virus.
Rounding off.
Rounding off. My question to you guys out there is, what are companies supposed to do, this year? Okay? Taking into consideration that we might experience the same number of fatalities of people dying May, June, July if people don't get vaccinated. You have companies who have to do without staff members because people are hospitalized. It is very clear that about 80 or 90% of people who have succumbed to the virus are unvaccinated people. So what are the rights? Where does your rights stop and the company's rights start?
Yes.
Okay? In terms of what is important to maintain sound business principles and a good flowing operation on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Ek vra, what is a company to do?
And while you're at that, let me just add to you, there's a thing called cost to desk, which means the amount of money a company spends to have you working for them. So which means your laptop, your what, your pay, everything. So if you're going to be hospitalized, imagine how much this company is losing.
Late last year, my husband and I had COVID. He is vaccinated and was more ill than I was, who is unvaxxed. So dat maak nie vir my sin nie. Dis wat Masha sê. DC ya Maruru, I have realized the moment the cases start to decrease, then suddenly there will be another virus spreading. Conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
Yeah.
You DC ya Maruru.
Masha, you should be worried about where your husband got the COVID from.
Waar was Jay?
Jou COVID was na syne was erg, maar het hy sy ergene gekry.
Ja, antwoord Masha. Tangene with a capital T, as your nev, it's a vaccine and not a cure, asseblief. English core level. Estomish said, I had a situation in my house. My 17 and 18-year-olds are vaccinated with 2 doses Pfizer. My 12-year-old, not yet. Me not vaccinated, allergies. So this 3 got Omicron, but mild symptoms. I was nursing them, sanitizing, didn't get infected. They tested me 3 times, maybe luck. Okay. This is what Estome says. I think it's really low of the government through Ministry of Education to target parents emotionally. Like, who advises these people? This is what Moao Sipoli says. Franco Jose says, sad day today. I have lost a very close friend in the name of the vaccination. He had an underlying kidney condition for nearly 5 years. It was really difficult to process his death. As we had a back and forth conversation on the jab, again, the GRN or the government should really draw the line on considering people with underlying conditions to get the jab. Not everyone has a strong immune system, can fight the antibiotics, which may lead to complications. Rest in power, you will not be forgotten. Franco Josea, we are so sorry to hear, and our sincere condolences to your friend who passed away. We don't know. You say he had underlying kidney conditions. We're obviously not going to engage you any further here to cross-question you about the conditions under which your friend succumbed. All we can say is our sincere condolences, and we don't want to, or I personally, I don't know if you guys, I don't want to delve into any conspiracy theories when somebody lost a loved one. In the case of Franco Jose, as he explained here.
You know what's interesting on that? You know, we said that we've had like over 3,800 deaths, you know, close to the 4,000 deaths. Yeah. And I could almost say that each and every one of us, I think I can safely say that, know somebody that has passed away due to COVID.
Yeah.
And never, what if, like, I don't think a lot of people like us, like, I don't, like, from my circle that I grew up in, like, we don't go out there and just get a full body scan like normal people. Sometimes you might not know your underlying condition that you have, and now you just go get the jab, and you might just find out that time, like, oh, you were actually suffering from this.
Yeah, but should China not be paying us? Because, I mean, they started it all.
Yeah, the Kung flu.
Yeah.
But they must pay us.
Flu. Yeah.
The Wuhan snotsiekte.
Yeah, but no one would dare challenging China.
You cannot challenge 8 million Bruce Lees, 8 billion Bruce Lees.
Yes.
Isn't it? They're
Hulle
like
gaan
2
ons
point
skop dan.
something, 2
Hulle
point
gaan ons
something
skop.
billion.
Which
Yeah, and you know that
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
with
yeah.
Damaras are more closer to Japanese, like Chinese
Japanese.
sounds a lot to Wambus, but like Japanese sounds a lot like Damara.
Japanese sounds like Damara.
Yeah,
That's the biggest crock of crap I've heard in my
serious.
entire life.
It is. Wait. And I watch anime. I figured that out. I'm like, yo, that's how it dudes, man.
Xavier?
Now I've heard it all.
No, for real.
Japanese Damara.
Tuipen dit, jy's reg.
Japanese must start like, julle moet daai kant wees. Daai mense moet vir ons betaal.
Yeah.
And they made us.
Which brings me to the next point. When it comes to companies, pandemic retrenchments toll stands at 15,442 countrywide. Over the past 2 years, the COVID-19 pandemic has been directly and indirectly responsible for the widespread loss of jobs in the country. The reasons for many of the retrenchments were economic, transfer of business, reorganization, or operational, and saw 1,278 employers letting go of 15,400 employees over a period of 2 years. In 2020 alone, 12,000 workers employed across 896 companies lost their jobs. This reflected in the latest figures on employment in Namibia released by the Ministry of Labour, Industrial Relations and Employment Creation this week. Labour Ministry Acting Executive Director Othniel Purrewils told the Namibian that 873 employees were retrenched between January and March 2021.
Othniel.
I can safely say this number can even be higher. And the reason why I'm saying that is how many people did let go of their domestic workers,
Oh yes.
die
Ja.
strykvrou,
Ja, ja.
die oom wat die jar skoonmaak,
Ja.
all these people. Ons praat van
But it can only go to the point as much as the money lasts.
true,
It's a money thing.
it's a money thing.
And the problem with money, die probleem met geld is dit raak op. It's like water.
It's like what? Yeah.
Dit
Never.
raak op. Geld raak op.
Yeah, I want to
you're
know
so
the
right.
process or the selection process that companies use to say, ons retrench hierdie mense. Like, begin hulle net like, okay, die mense wat die meeste gewerk het, like people that have worked like for a longer time, like 10 years, that are obviously going to get a better package than a person that only started like 2 years back and so on. So do they retrench people from a certain year, age or so? What is the process, or do they evaluate the people like psychometric tests and competence tests, and they say, oh, gee, yeah, you don't fit with the atmosphere of the company? What do they do?
I think it, for me, if I have to shoot from the hip, and I don't know how you feel about it, Coffee, but I think first and foremost, like a lot of companies basically operate under the auspices of first in, last out.
Yes.
First in, last out.
Oh my goodness.
Okay? So die mense wat die langste werk, hou die langste. So that's probably the first. Secondly, they would probably look at your KPIs, your key performance indicators,
Yeah.
as to, and if we are very honest, gentlemen, as we sit here, and I did speak to, it has happened internally here, and it has happened to companies that I've seen where friends of mine has been working. A lot of people have lost their jobs unfairly. But in many companies, this was also an indication of, for the first time, companies could really see who works and who does not work. And that also came to the fore, where the lazy ones has been amplified. Oh nee, hy sit en doen mos niks heeldag nie.
Okay.
Finally, there's an opportunity to just let
Let them
go.
Let
of
go
it.
you.
So I don't know how you feel about it, Kofi. But
No, sure. We have seen that not on, not only on that level, but also when we went into lockdown. What was very interesting to see is, just some of the people's attitudes towards actually sitting in lockdown doing basically nothing.
yeah,
And some people sitting in lockdown trying their level best
Yeah.
to keep trying, performing at a level as if they were at work. I found it in my family, for instance, where one of our family members was actually more productive from home than what she was being productive at work.
I'm sorry, that's not me.
But they are also.
Ek moet werk toe kom.
Yeah, nee.
You
It's
kind
just
of have to.
because you're a
You
gym
have
guy.
to get up and you have to go to work, get rest and go to work. It's like a
How-
ritual.
How many of you guys out there are honestly productive from home?
Yes.
I will put my hand up first, saying, I'm not the one.
Yeah, I'm cool.
I'm not.
No, I would say
I'm cool from home. I like working alone.
I'm at about 50-60%.
Kan nie by die huis werk nie.
I wouldn't say it's 100%, but I think when I'm always alone and just confined, eggers al die baie productive.
kan
I
nie.
think a lot.
It's you know what, and I've seen that by myself, for myself. As long as I'm at the office, but as long as I have less people around me, I feel more productive.
Yeah.
But I need to be at the office.
Oh yeah, ne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I
I'm
agree with you.
here and I have less people around me, then my productivity and my creativity works better for me. Because I'm a people's person. The moment I see people, I get distracted and I
Yeah.
want to talk and I want to mingle, etc., etc. But I can't work from home. I can't. I just can't. God weet, ek sal 11 uur opstaan. Ek sal 11 uur opstaan.
And you'll stay in your pajamas for the whole day.
Ek sal in my pajamas bly. I will ask you and Oriel to postpone the Zoom media meeting until 2 o'clock. Laat ek net,
My soccer kan
ek wil
klaar.
net my sokker klaar kyk. I
But-
swear that's me.
I think Neville, that comes from your background of gym. Like as you gym to come, you don't want to, you won't gym at home.
I don't like to gym at home.
Yeah, you won't. So I think it comes from there.
It-
Like
it
you
comes from
you
there.
need to again you need to be in the gym. Like to
I
have that
need
atmosphere.
to go somewhere to be productive and not home. My home is not for work. I just want to play at home. That's my sanctuary. I want to play. I want to be playful, and that's where I am. Maar yeah, I guess we all differ. There are a lot of people who say that they are more productive when they are home than compared to when they are at home.
Yeah.
At the office. Stefanus James Ananias, miskien daai Shandy, hy verskil van mens tot mens. Ja, I guess hy verskil van mens tot mens, soos jy daar sê, Stefanus James Ananias. Masha, he got his COVID after his jab en hy het my aangesteek. As we say again, Masha, your jab does not mean that you will not get
It's not a kill.
COVID, okay? Vanessa Kuipep says, what do our labor laws say about this? As long as the government does not make getting vax mandatory, it remains a personal choice.
Let's phone Richard Metcalf.
Yeah, we need to find Richard Metcalf. ne?
Yeah, let's get him
Yes.
in. Yeah, that would be so. Let's get him
Wow.
in.
What do you guys think? Should we engage Richard Metcalf?
Get him in.
And hear what he says? Vanessa, are you... personal question. Jy kan antwoord as jy wil of jy antwoord nie. Are you vaccinated or not? Okay. If you are not vaccinated, Vanessa, I don't want anything to do with you. Yeah. Laat ons mekaar net nga verstaan. Kom ons bly nga. Raymond Basson sê alle Shebeens moet 'n policy hê. As jy nie gevaccineerd is nie, kom drink jy nie. Jy koop ook nie drank nie. Dan sal jy sien hoe vinnig vat die volk die vaksin.
Ja.
I beg to differ with you, Raymond, because daai Shebeen sal val. Daai Shebeen, a Shebeen cannot threaten anyone because there are 1,000 other Shebeens. Unless if the Shebeen Association of Namibia make a collective decision, as you say, Raymond, maybe it will work.
Neville, why don't the companies just distribute kyk in die lug? They kyk in die lug, die kubus.
Oh, die kubus.
Yeah.
Nee?
Because those people have been cool.
We need to discuss that quickly.
Yeah.
Let me quickly read the comments, but hold that thought.
Yeah.
We need to ask that question. Mwausi Bole says the millions provided for COVID relief in any form should not be aligned with unvaxxed people being viewed as selfish. As a Namibian people, we have every right to utilize public services irrespective of our stance regarding vaccinated not. Vaccinated people are getting problems here. Blood clot, menstrual problems, heart problems. They are talking to the media. Could it be that some are scared to talk about the side effects? The jab is not for everyone, so doctors should really see each case individually, not fall under the pressure of government estimation.
Doctors should.
Yeah,
Doctors should.
estimate. For me personally, I'm 50 years old. I'm probably one of the few ones that I still don't have any underlying conditions at my age. I don't have any blood pressure. I don't have cholesterol. I don't have sugar. I have nothing. And I'm fully vaccinated. So we don't know these blood clots and menstrual problems and heart problems, issues, if it's really, was it before or after? We don't know. But you have all the details, so it's a Norwegian problem, I guess.
Talking about Norway, do you know that Russia is about to invade the Ukraine and that all the NATO countries are currently on high alert? So never mind COVID, I think you might have some other problems.
But why?
World
why?
War III can break
Because,
out.
Why?
because Putin wants Ukraine back in the East Bloc.
Yeah.
Because they almost became independent, I think, in 1993.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Russia
Yeah.
collapsed.
Why
Exactly.
invade them? Just say, come on, some level. And why must these guys always start fights?
You know what? Putin has become such a draconian leader in the last couple of years that I don't understand, and the number of assassinations that has happened under his watch of any opposition leaders who differ from him or with him is astonishing. Yeah, but
Don't play.
Yeah, don't play with Putin.
Don't play. That's
He
why
will put you in. Yeah.
put in the ground.
Yeah. Seeing that the numbers are high of unvaccinated, if force does not work, we can't really say, we're just going to hire the vaccinated. The economy won't even run. Now, unemployment is high because of not wanting to get vaccinated. But Maria, I don't think the unemployment is high because people don't want to get vaccinated at the moment. I think it's more due to
the economic situation.
The economic situation.
Yes.
Yeah, good point there, Kofi. Yeah, Japanese Tamara says, Raymond Passon. Mutumba says, wow, I was a victim of that retrenchment, but I also believe my boss was just scared I would take over his job within 2 years. Maria Aziz agrees with Estomich, so true. Most people don't even know that they're living on thin ice because they don't get tested and know exactly what is happening with their bodies. Then they get vaccinated and die of underlying issues. Kama. Okay? Let us respect each other's choices. Underlying condition versus underlying condition. Stephanus James, so what are you saying?
What does that mean?
Ja, Mitch, jy sal my laat fire. Ja. Sylvia lag seker verskriklik vir Mitch se goeie. I am more productive at home, says Jurgen Kaysep. So much so that I am still at home. Hoe kan ek productive wees at home terwyl my yskas vol black label is? Good question, Raymond Passon. Rose says, Neville, ek is woelig van die join af. That irritating colleague is not next to me to disturb. Ek heel klaar met my werk teen 1 uur, dan vat ek 'n dop, so productive is ek. Still working from home since the first lockdown. Wow. Mutumba says, Kaufi, your Jen had a different job environment. Your Jen had a different job environment. My Jen has this flip-flop working environment. You'll meet one person who worked for Trustco for 2 years and moves to another company within 2 years. Maria Aziz, Raf.
Can we just stay on that for a quick moment, just on that comment that was made there? Do you guys find that different generations are the let's say the millennials that are now basically more or less the in charge generation, that they tend to not stick it out at work? That they like come and work for an organization, stick around for maybe 2-3 years, and then just for the fun of it resign to go and have some fun somewhere else.
Laat hulle dit nou try under current conditions.
I know. That's exactly what we're saying, you know. Where we've all learned in the past, if you stay loyal to an organization as long as you possibly can at that organization, that all just grows to your benefit at an older age.
Mm? Yeah, it does. And that's why I was saying, like, wouldn't be much more logical to like let the person that has a higher package of sustaining themselves probably.
And I've seen of late people, not necessarily here with us, but middle-aged people resigning without having another work. Mm? They're resigning, say, okay, oh no, this wasn't meant for me. This doesn't really fit into my scene. That's why I'm resigning.
You know, jy praat goed nou, nee, wat it incenses me when people make decisions like that.
Yes, and they've purchased homes, they've got cars on finance agreements, they've got children.
You got children.
Yes.
And you decide to leave your job.
Because it's just not fun anymore.
See, lekkerie.
Emotions. Yes.
I've never been in the environment of like this 8 to 5 and stuff. I've always, not always, I had 2 jobs or 3 jobs before.
In your lifetime.
In my lifetime. And then ever since 2016, I've been living off comedy. And I'm having a great life of comedy until I did this Trustco. So I've seen people like really just leave their jobs like, die man sien my nie. Urugutu. Yo.
Die man sien my nie.
Yeah. And then even the co-workers are like, yeah, bro, gaan net die werk. Later, you are the one loaning at these people money. Maak my naka, bro. Don't ever do that.
Can we remember wat hierdie Duitser gesê het 20 minute gelede? Remember this for the rest of your lives. Wat Kaufi gesê het. Geld raak op.
Dit raak op.
Money does not grow just for the sake of growing.
Then they resign because they see what is in their staff funds.
Oh yes. I have $100,000.
If I resign now, I get 100,000.
I get 100,000.
But they don't realize that is the money for the old age.
Hello.
That is why you've more saved it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
How are they gonna learn?
I don't understand, and that is what I don't understand. That at your age you should. And emotional maturity, especially in the workplace.
Yes.
You need to acquire emotional maturity very, very quickly in the workplace because you're working with people that you don't like and who don't like you.
Yes.
You don't even know them.
And people who despise you and who you despise them back. But despite of your feelings for people, you need to keep your job.
Yep. And that's where it comes where die mense wat langer gewerk het will have a better chance not to be retrenched than you that's going to come from a company 2 months.
Yeah.
You work for that company for a year and then you come to this company. They'll ask you, why did you only work for 1 year here and resign? The pay was not nice. Okay.
Trustco is easily the company that I worked the longest for. Yeah, I've never worked for a company this long.
But I mean, it makes sense if there's something else in the pipeline that a person has.
Yeah.
You know, and there's, okay, I'm resigning from this. Thank you very much for the work over the years. I appreciate it. But I have this, and this is what I'm going to be doing. And, you know, that makes sense. But we're talking about just people leaving and not having any form of secure income.
I remember me and you talked about a friend. You remember that day we were like, and really, and these people, and you become a burden to other people. You do that and then you become a burden to other people. And then you say, come on, the family seen many. No, they have responsibilities.
I can't, and that's the thing that, you know, if you do leave your job and you keep on sponging of your family, it becomes very, very difficult for the family to keep on supporting you. Because the family has responsibilities.
Yeah.
Every family has responsibilities.
And you hate the people.
Yeah, and you hate the people. Because you know what, you take resources of this family and you make it your own. And that cannot happen month in, month out. So it is really, really important that people need to have emotional maturity.
At an early age.
You need to be hungry enough to stand up and to go and find yourself something to do, or keep what you have. Keep it at all costs.
There's some very good comments coming through.
Yeah. If Kaufi's done with the comments, I just wanted to run through.
Let Neville do the comments.
Nee, hier die comments is by. Kaufi, lees nog.
Okay,
Lees nog 'n paar
there's
comments.
Mitchell Mutumba Simata says, no, Kaufman, we want to be the next Elon Musk. Many of us witnessed our parents work themselves to death and get fired or retired with a small thank you package, meaning they lived an ordinary life, stressed in their retirement years, trying to start a business. It's true. If you are getting older and the money isn't there, then you've got to come up at that old age with innovative ideas as to making money. Okay, and I mean, how many
people can do that?
Yeah, how many home kitchens are we seeing, you know, baking bread and selling them on the street? Raymond Basson says, my baas het my eendag veel gekyk to Cheapak.
Guys, it's not. Yeah, okay, just read.
Kaufi, lees 'n paar comments.
Muausi says, but people are not ready for that realization that is already now, and it's sad and scary to observe. Maria Aziz says, leave a job when you have a replacement, not just leave and sit at home.
Yeah.
Estomich says, many are told to work from home here, those who can. This is the new norm. One can socialize in their free time if they are socially dependent on others. And then Mohaus says, jy's laf Raymond Basson. 'n stoutigheid daar. Miskien net Raymond het jou uit veil gekyk omdat jy weer kak aangejaag het.
Yeah, this is what I always say. Guys, if you're employed, you must have a female's mentality.
Yeah.
You don't leave a job. I'm saying, have a female mentality, think like a woman. You don't leave a job while you don't have another job.
So what is female mentality?
They take relationships as employment, like ek werk in die verhouding.
Yes, werk aan die verhouding.
So they will not leave you, Neville, while she is not secured for another guy that will take care of her and that will love her. She will stay with you.
Waar is Maria toch? Maria,
she will not leave you, Neville.
Maria, kom in asseblief.
Just help me with the pronunciation here again. It's Qini, ne? Qini.
Yeah.
All right, so Qini says, and this is very important. He says, because technology has reinvented how certain skills are monetized. Guys, the old traditional way of making money has significantly changed. More so when you live in the world that has complex economic pathways. I absolutely agree. Guys, I've been thinking about this probably for the last year and a half. How is there any better way that I can make money off the internet?
There are a lot of ways, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, a lot of ways.
I think so. What is this old traditional stuff that we have to build buildings and build shops and blah, 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 blah? Why don't we just buy and sell everything on the internet?
Yeah.
From each other?
Yeah.
The metaverse.
Does hy?
As waar ons
We're going into that.
Yeah,
We're not finished with that subject
people.
yet.
Yeah, people are buying property on the metaverse right
Yes.
now. So
Mutumba says not just that you have people becoming millionaires off YouTube and all these these what apps? Sorry, can you see me?
TikToks and goede.
Modern apps. This is what he says. Maria Aziz, who asked you? Who asked you what? What are you talking about? Huh? Huh? Oh, Mitch.
Wat?
Hier,
Wat?
Jay, wat?
Wat?
Sylvia Wakumbwa says, my working from home was stay at home. We will call you in when needed. It was early when COVID started. It was a matter of stay at home to minimize risk. I will choose the office. Yeah.
Neville, ja, die ding wat ek jou nou gelees het, ja. The Sorg Jou Kind page was taken down mos. So there was like this conversation between this guy and his lawyers. So this guy was actually supporting his kids. And the baby mama decided, I don't want to say baby mom, the mother decided she's going to put him on because hulle het gedeel and what. So this guy actually took it as far as to the courts and also took the guy, they're having a court case thing now.
Okay.
And the page is afgehaald. And that's why I was afraid of the page itself. And like that's why I was like, how many of these things are really true? And how many of this is not just
Are you saying
vindictive ideas?
Are you saying women falsely accusing men of not supporting their children?
Yeah, just because it's a trend happening. And Shines was also saying that we must be very careful. You know, let me say it like, we must be very careful. Like, with all that stuff, you know. So
Yeah.
Shines was also saying that, that's why I was saying, yo, there's going to be some trouble.
Mitch,
Yeah.
just to get back to what we've discussed a little bit earlier concerning yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So the relationship between you and the mother of your son or daughter, your daughter,
Yeah, so.
son, is at such a level at the moment that you. How do you communicate? Let me first ask you that. What's the level of communication between the two of you?
Okay.
Sorry, how old is your son?
My son is 10.
10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the level of communication is not cool because it's a whole, you know, this vindictive stuff. You know, just people that don't want to grow up. And it's just, you say you want to talk about the kid and then it's about Jay Savat and Jay Savat. So I don't communicate with her. I talk to my mom and my mom talks to her.
How do you see your son?
I go get him.
How often do you see him?
Probably like right now, I probably see him like once a week and so on. And
Or
if
once
we have,
a week?
Yeah, and if we have probably go out to go play arcade games and so on. Yeah, I say, man,
So
she
you have
always tries to make
you
it
feel
difficult.
you have a good relationship with your
Yeah,
brother.
and she always tries to make it difficult for me to say like, say, I'm at Maple Stray and all that. Ma, it's I'm used to it. It's cool. Listen, this person told me I'm gonna die like Fura. Just imagine that. So you're gonna give
What?
that person your hard-earned money.
You're gonna die like Fura.
Yeah, she told me like straight in my face, you are gonna die like Fura. And
What
you
does she
think-
mean by that?
I don't know. All I know is that man died a king, and I would want that type of death. I want to die as a king. So now do you understand why I'm saying I would not give my hard-earned money and let her delegate stuff while I know what type of person she is, what she's gonna do.
Why
so
do
it's
you
not,
think?
it's not
why
about
do you,
me?
Why do you think she has this negative feelings towards you?
Because I'm just a never mind person. I don't care if you come home 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't care. That's your problem. That's your body. People. This is the thing. They want to be controlled by not being controlled, and it confuses me. I don't know what to do in that position. I'm just like, okay, cool, do your thing. So they get mad, and I laugh when they're serious. So they get mad, and I think I still need to grow in that position. But
Vosia says, "Say list you nog."
yeah, but seriously, I just like you, like us when we're dealing with money, when we're dealing with money, those are like your blessings if you work for something. So you don't just give your blessings to somebody that has hatred towards you. Jy sal ongesegend raak. That's just a belief van ons, you know. So I don't do that because of that.
Mutumba, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. This is not Caprivi. Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
She will take my photo and put it in a Richelli nappy.
Mitch is hy kwaad vir baby mama omdat jy nie meer daar eet nie.
Ja. Vra. Natalie vra.
Natalie,
Oh, man.
spot
Vra.
on.
It's Natalie what's so proud. No, man, no. I wouldn't want to do that. No.
Hey. And I'm not just saying this because we are only men sitting here in the studio. But you know what? It doesn't matter for whatever reason. It doesn't matter who is right or wrong when the relationship broke down. But it is a difficult situation dealing with your child's father
How long
and
has it
dealing
yeah.
with your baby mama.
That's how long has it been that you guys are not together anymore?
I think it's like 5 years now.
5 years.
Yeah. And we
Okay.
still have the same. And I'm talking my story, and I'm saying it freely, openly, so people can know these are the type of things that happen. It happens. It's not like the people break up and they are cool and what. Some people are living in this acid. What do we call hydrochloric acid? Or what? That type of relationships. It just melts you, man. So it's
But
been 5 years and it's still the same.
It's a pity
same
because
nonsense.
I'm also divorced, but I've got a fantastic relationship with my ex-wife.
Nee?
Yes,
Yeah. How many kids do you guys
2.
have? 2.
Yeah, a boy, he's now 14, and a girl, she's 13.
She's 13.
Yeah,
And
boy's
it-
turning 15.
And in terms of dealing, with the kids.
Oh, no, the kids, it gets better as the kids get older. It gets better just in terms of managing the kids because as they get older, they start managing themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that whole situation gets better. So in my mind, Mitch, I think just what happens is that you'll find that the situation will improve itself as time goes on. If the communication is so toxic that you prefer not speaking to her direct or she doesn't want to speak to you direct, then going through another third party might be easier.
Yeah. You guys probably think
It's-
that I also need to say something.
Yeah.
Moet ek ook nou iets sê?
Sê net iets. Jou
Moet ek ook nou
trip.
iets sê?
Jou
But you're not divorced. You've never been through this.
Yeah, no. But I have a child from a previous relationship.
Okay. Yeah, it's not easy. We call this the midlife crisis.
Sure.
And you know what's really nice about a midlife crisis? Every man gets one.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, you're going to get a midlife
You're
crisis.
You have
gonna
to-
get a midlife crisis.
and it's something that it makes us, and it makes you a better person. It makes you think.
it makes
much
you
more-
or breaks you.
Yeah, it makes you a break, and you need to know how you take it. You need to know how you take it. And if I was gonna be broken by that stuff, I was not gonna be sitting here having a show with my idol. That was never gonna happen. I'm a better man now, though.
We are happy for you. And but phew, kyk nee, all I can say is with my history, I think between me and my baby mama, we could never also see eye to eye. It was very difficult.
Difficult, no?
And my son is 23 years old now, and we've tried, but it's always been toxic. And I'm happy that that I had the opportunity to fight for him to be with me so that he can grow up under my watch. But that toxicity that we're talking about is just
It's too much.
It's too
It's
much.
too much. It's too much, and it will go for years. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to pay to see I don't want to be that guy that has to go stand in a line to see something that I have created, or to have a relationship with. Like, I'm paying my son. I don't want that. I'm already supporting him. Why should I go give money for maintenance? I will never do that. And at that level, we understand each other. So I would never do that.
Mitch, as jy kwaad vir baby mama omdat ons het hyne gelees. Raymond Basson says where it comes to this kind of woman Mitch is talking about, there's a thin line between love and hate. Roviera says die like fura tea. Jesus, die girl had guts.
She is.
Yeah, nee, but if somebody insults me, on that level,
Why would you trust that person?
Mutumba says, jy moet gaan gewas word. Mitch, jy moet gaan gewas word. Janice says, Mitch is really heartbroken.
Yeah, I am. Probably.
Mitch, waarom is she heartbroken? Because you're not with her anymore?
No. People want to say that stuff to be petty, like, oh, he's hartseer, but yeah, it hurt me and I grew.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say that it hurt me. I grew.
Yeah.
Have you seen where I am now?
Net so. Mitch, word of advice. If there's a lady that you need to respect other than your mom or sisters, it's your baby mama, irregardless of how stubborn she is.
No, I don't agree with that. I'm not going to
Natalie?
respect somebody for just bringing in a kid in respect has to be gained in certain ways, but just because you brought life, yes, I will respect you because you brought life. But if you are going to be that way with me, I don't think I have to respect you regardless of what you do to me. It just doesn't make sense.
Vosia says, it's true, Mitch, don't give your money. Jy vra vir bad luck. Mitch,
Yeah.
the most important is your son focus on that time you have.
Yeah.
Give him what he need and enjoy your time. Why? Because kids grow up and eventually see the truth about parents who do anything to make the other parent look bad. Some women are cutthroats. Also true, Estomich. Vosia, you both still need to grow up. This is what Vosia say.
Probably. Yeah.
Travolta says, the hell am I watching? Okay. Mitch, jou kar se ruite is op tin ys.
PG Glass knows my name.
As J Chyla. So Janice, as jy in swakop. Pay no attention to her, Mitch, but do all you can for your child. People's complexities vary, and more so the inferiority complex. With your situation, maybe it's a bit difficult for her because you are everywhere, literally. I'm on the premise of assumption here. Sometimes that clean break is needed. It's unfair. It's unfair, Janice. No, is the relationship Friday of what kind? When both parties have when both parties have moved on, it is very bad. But it's good if both parties have moved on. It's a problem if one party has not moved on.
That's the problem. Man.
False info must fall. Nie jy nie. Ja, daar kom jou goed uit, Janice. Vanessa says, baby mama, baby daddy drama is so draining. Wie goed het nog tyd vir dit? Vanessa, it's very draining. It is very, very draining. Net soos jy daar sê, my advice, Vedi Kayere, Vedi, Waripi, Sisi, my eie, weet jy, ek as mos hier in Hero Chicks nie. Hero Chicks is nie my lyn nie.
Wat is jou lyn?
I've to say the hero chick.
My lyn, my hele lewe lank.
Namas.
Nee, jy maak 'n grap, is so.
Is so.
My hele lewe lank, my lyn was Nama, Damara, Kleerling, Pastor, Lani as daar is.
Lani.
So, maar
Maar nie Ossie en Dodgy nie.
ja, Lani is Lani.
Die Herreros gaan jou mos nou niks like as jy
Nee,
daar
but if there's one hero chick,
Ja.
wat ek sal trip,
Hey,
is hierdie Vedi.
Vedi.
Hey, Vedi is reg, jong. My advice is just not have kids with anyone if you don't know for sure if you have a future together. Also, there are toxic baby daddies out there.
Yeah,
not
very.
just the. No, you're right.
you are right, bro.
No.
But you are
This
not
is-
sure if you're
Yeah.
dating the person. You're not sure. You're never sure if you start dating the person.
How will anybody? Ish.
How would you ever be sure that this person can be toxic? How? It's like you have to know the bad side of the person and the good side, like how they react in situations.
Yeah, you must check them out exactly where they come from. Remember, you marry the girl, you marry the family.
Yes.
Check the parents out. Check the brothers and sisters out.
Meidelyne was.
Kyk of hulle self kan gedra.
Yeah.
Of hulle asseblief en dankie sê.
Yeah.
Daardie goed.
Daardie
Kyk al daai basics eers uit.
Yeah. And never meidelyne was
coffee.
numbers and I want to the last part, man. Of kyk of hulle dankie sê.
Asseblief en dankie. Kyk, jy sê mos
Asseblief en
asseblief en
dankie. It's
dankie.
simple, but it's
Verstaan jy?
really
Sulke
true,
tipe
man.
goed. You know, have your respect for the elderly, maar as hulle se gedra soos maar plotters daarso, dan moet sy cheap.
Ja, dan moet sy
Even to the guys themselves, there are just some guys
You
that
know,
are like,
and that's
oh,
exactly you
yeah,
know how
but
difficult
yet,
it is to find stand-up women.
Okay, I'll
It's
also
not
say
that easy.
stand-up men also.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. That's what we're saying. That is net. They're just
Yeah.
some evil people out there. It comes from both genders, but yeah, but
And then also just check if there's money. If there's no money, don't even go. Los toch. Daar moet geld wees. Geld, plaatsen, Land Cruisers.
mainly
Huise,
out the
zwembaddens.
namas of coloreds. Ik heb een wamboe gehad. Maar niet gehad, niet. Dat was een trip story geweest. zoals
Was
je-
het
maar-
een trip story?
Ja, maar ik heb net een nama en een colored, denk ik. Nama, Tamara colored, ja. Ik heb zoals Jane Neville.
Nee,
Onze
ik,
lengte.
and you know what? If it's allemaal let's say lane, okay? And don't knock people if they have a certain like or don't like. Like Kofi, your what is Zelly?
Sally is Burki.
I say Burki.
Yeah.
Okay. And your ex-wife? German.
German.
German. Okay.
I nee, ek bly stil.
He's in sy moer. Shut up! Shut up! That's her. Yeah.
I had German, then I went Burki, then I
Uh-huh.
decided to go back to German, then I had Burki.
Yeah.
You never
So
had
it's
mouth.
So julle bly.
That, it's very difficult.
Yeah, yeah,
But
but
now I'm happy.
Now you're happy.
Now everything is okay.
Ja, maar ek sê maar net there's still an inside lane of a Siboli.
En een nette
Ons praat nie.
Ons praat nie. Ons praat nie. A few comments before we sign off. Parents need to agree to disagree. I iterate it's about the child. Dit gaan nie oor julle egos nie. Dis wat Masha Limasha sê. Moao Sibole says, I learned a long time ago from my own relationship with my father what type of man I want. Eish. You know, Moao, you're making me, you know, if I look at the relationship that I have with my daughter currently, you just, your comment
Yeah.
is kyk, het dwars deur my hart nou geskiet. And irrespective of what you wave in my face, that remained my desire. Toxicity must fall. Stand-up men is so scarce in these streets. This is what Vosia say. Vanessa,
Ja.
Vanessa
ja.
Guibeb, yep, my broom is busy. Oh, jy vlieg rond. Raymond Passon says, Mitch, moenie lê tot die laaste druppel uitgetap het nie. Daar kom jy sulke goed oor. Dis wat Raymond Passon sê. Esther
ik
Mitch says,
verstaan je. Ik verstaan
never lie, I am hetero. You just haven't met me. Stop comparing us to all. Don't start with your bomgai now.
It's Yo, but I need to tell you guys something.
Wag, kom ek
Yeah,
lees die
continue.
comments. For the sake of the kids, let's try to just get along toch. It's hard, but let's. Poor kids, man. Yeah, very true, very, very true. And if I was in Namibia, I wouldn't check Neville from Tura. I'll go find me an anaconda far deep in the north of Namibia. You are welcome, Estomish, to go find your anaconda for yourself in the north. Yeah, man say lane.
As
Ja.
Use anaconda cream.
Dis hoekom ek
Oeh, jere. Kiet mans.
Jare Duitser.
Gebruik anaconda vir die anaconda.
Ja. Willem Bolly says, dis hoekom ek sê dat die Duitser is 'n player.
Is een groot player.
Daar sê
He's
sê
just doing this.
Koffie het nog nie jungle fever gehad nie. And this is where we end.
Yeah,
praat gou, ons het 'n minuut.
No,
en 30
never. No,
secondes.
it was just a thing that I saw on, and this girl was doing a thread there, and she said, she said, when I look at my mom speak, I kind of understand why my dad left us. That's what she wrote. A girl. And this is a 25-year-old, I think 29-year-old girl. I checked her out and I was like, what? In the kid months.
The last comment by Natalie Orange. Black, tall, beard guys. Behalwe Herero of Buster. En namas.
Black,
Nooit.
tall.
Nooit. So Mitch,
Jy's uit.
jy's uit.
Jy
Guys.
kan maar cheap.
Kom ons
Jake,
praat
wat chip?
eers.
Kom ons praat die storie eers.
Ons chip.
Ons cheap. Bye.
Enjoy your day. Bless.
One night only, one night only. It's not all the time we have. Let's take it slow, just me and baby you and me. Let's take it slow, what's this new water? Let's take it slow, just me and you. Let's take it slow, what's this new water? Let's take it slow, just me and baby you and me. Let's take it slow, what's this new water? Let's take it slow, just me and you. Let's take it slow, what's this new Looking in the mirror, I see an open face.